Alright, so surface area of prisms. Definition. First example we did together. You guys have that in your notebooks already. Oh, this one. Great. I could have you do this one by yourself, but guess what? I guess I forgot to erase everything. So can we at least talk through it? You probably already know the answer, but can we at least talk through it? So surface area again. Somebody explain to me what surface area is in general. Henry. Yeah, the area of each thing added together. Now, I showed you a simple way you could do it with these. You could do the top and the bottom together, remember, and the sides together, and the front and the back together, remember? Okay, so let's just talk about the top and the bottom. What are my dimensions of the top and the bottom, or just one of these two things? 10 by 5. And why am I going to multiply by 2? Because there's two of them, the bottom and the top. Very good. Now if I do the sides, what are my dimensions of my sides here? 5 and 8. Very good, because 5 and then 8. So 5 times 8. I got to take this times 2, 2. Yep, because there's two sides. And then what am I missing? The front and the back. If I did the top and the bottom, now we got to do the front and the back. What are my dimensions of my front and my back here? 10 and 8. So 10 times 8, multiply by 2 again. Yep. And then I'm going to multiply those together. And then what am I going to do with these? I'm going to add them. So this is going to be 100. This one's going to be 80. And this one is 16 times 10. So 160. You guys see that? And then what am I going to do? I'm going to add them all together to get my surface area. Now there's another way you guys can do this too. Is anybody having trouble seeing like the dimensions of anything? No? Everybody can pretty much understand the dimensions of these? Okay. I just want to make sure, because there's other ways that I can teach you how to do it if you don't like this way. For example, if you want to, you can draw everything out. Okay, so this is the front, these are the front and the back. You can draw out the dimensions and then draw every single side out. Sometimes that's how they teach you to do this surface areas. They teach you to draw every single side out. And maybe once we get to some more complex prisms, you'll want to do that. Just because we're going to have some that aren't going to have two of the same sides, or you get to prisms like this. Of course. Oh my gosh. I don't want to, let's see. Clear ink. I want to clear ink from the whole thing. There we go. That's great. So like here's another type of prism. Okay, remember we had rectangular prisms? And we had triangular prisms. And you can have a whole bunch of other prisms if you want. We're pretty much going to stick with these two today, just to keep it simple. Sure. This one? Sure. Problemo. So I want you to know that not every prism you're going to find a surface area of is going to look like this today. These are the easy ones, I think. Really easy ones. Ready? Let me know when you're ready. Sure. You could find the sides of each of them, right? And then times the whole thing by 2, yeah. That would work. Ready? Alright. Let's put this one in our notebook. You guys know how to draw something like this? Okay, so if you don't, it just looks like this. Then you just connect your dots, and then maybe you want the little dotted lines. That's fine, it's up to you. And then make sure you get in like your dimensions in there. That's the most confusing part of those dimensions. I'll wait for you to draw it and then we'll talk. This might be one where you want to draw the sides out. If you are confused by looking at something like this, that's up to you. You have to know. How many of you are like visual people who need to see a picture? Anybody in here need to see pictures sometimes? Yeah. Yep, I'm the same way. I am the same way. So the first thing I would do is I would look at this and say, okay, what kind of shapes do I have? What two shapes do you see in here? Triangle and a rectangle. And it looks like all my rectangles are like the same. Okay, so that shouldn't be much of a worry. But let's look at this triangle right here. What dimensions do I actually need for this triangle to find the area of it? What do I actually need? Because there's a whole bunch of numbers on this thing, but what ones do I need, Jacob? Okay, I need 5 because that's my base, right? And then I need 3.5 because that's what? My height. So I'm going to start finding my triangles. Remember does anybody remember what the, yes, dividing by 2, I got to multiply base times height and divide by 2. So I can do 3.5 times 5. I get 5, carry the 2, 17.5. Now I'm going to stop you right here. Notice I'm not dividing by 2. Why would I not need to divide by 2 in this situation? I could do it, but I'm going to make way more work for myself, Josie. There's already 2 triangles. So if I divide by 2 here, let's say I do that, and then I remultiply by 2, what number am I going to come up with anyway? Same thing. So save yourself some energy. My gosh. Save yourself some lead and some time and paper. Because if you know that if I'm going to divide that by 2 and then remultiply by 2, guess what? Same thing. Yep. So here is the surface area of both triangles right here. Okay, so that's both triangles already. So now let's look at the sides of this thing. So you told me they were rectangles, so I have 3 rectangles. This is for the visual people. Okay, all 3 rectangles are the same. What dimensions do I need for the rectangles here? Yes, ma'am. 18 and 5, because what do I know about my long sides? 18, and what do I know about this side? And you know what? If this is 5 and this says it's 5, then I'm going to assume that it's 5 too. Okay, so everything is going to be 18 by 5, 18 by 5, 18 by 5, 5 by 18. So I could do 5 times 18. And then what can I multiply by? 3, because I have 3 of these things. So, let's see. 5 times 3 is 15, so 18 times 18. Inches. So this right here, do you guys get 270? Okay. So what's that the surface area of then? Yep. Good. Of rectangles. Am I done? What's the last thing I gotta do? Add them together. Nice job. So 270 plus 17.5. 287.5 inches squared. We did we not? I never did at the last one. Do you want me to do that quick? I never did. I think we just talked about it. 0.4 340 feet squared. Sorry about that. We talked about it, I just never did it. That's a bad example on my part. Okay. Any questions so far? So the biggest thing you need to do before you do anything is stop, figure out what shapes you have in there. Then look and see the dimensions that you have in there, what numbers you have to use for each thing. Do you guys have any questions on this one? Yes. The answer was 287.5. Good? Okay. Anybody else? Merrick, good? Okay. All right, now what about something like this? Ah! Okay, but there's a little, let's see. There's some differences in here, though. There are some differences in here, though. What two shapes do you see? Triangles and rectangles. But guess what? Some of my rectangles are the same. Because look at my bottom, and then look at this top one. What's the dimension here? 15, and what's my dimension here? So I have a few different dimensions that I'm working with this time. It's not all the same. How do you draw it? Just like this. So I'm going to draw a right triangle. Okay. And then I'm going to draw another right triangle. And then I'm going to connect their points. Just like this. That's not great, but just bear with me. And then what I did is I started to make myself a little organized. I said, okay, I have two triangles. I have a left side, and I have a right side, and I have a bottom. So I listed everything I had there, just so I know what I need to find surface area of. The biggest thing you're going to have to do today is keep yourself organized. Keep yourself organized somehow. Because like I said, pretty soon you're going to get to the point, like if you don't organize yourself here, you're going to say, okay, I did the top, I think I did the bottom, I think I did the sides, no, I think I'm done, because I think I got everything. Well, you know what? You're missing something. So please make sure you're organized some way, and I know that's going to be the biggest task for some of you is figuring out how you're going to make sure you have every single side. And I just listed all triangles, left side, right side, bottom. My triangles I can do the same thing though, so that's kind of lucky. Let me know when you're done drawing, and then we'll do one together. All right, about done? Got your dimensions in there, because you're going to have to know those. Don't forget those. So let's talk about my triangles. What two numbers do I need for my triangles? Now, this can be a tricky question, Ryan. 12 and 9. Why not 15? Some people would say 12 and 15, Zane. Remember what that's called? The long side of the triangle? Starts with an H. Hypotenuse. Good job. That's hypotenuse. We don't need that. We just need the height of the actual triangle and the base of the triangle. This is not the height of it. The height is right here. So for my triangles, it's going to be 12 times 9. And then do I need to divide by 2 again? No, because both my triangles are the same. So 12 times 9 would be 108, I believe. And please correct me if I'm incorrect. So that's triangles. Does everybody understand why I don't have to divide by 2 and then remultiply by 2? Because you're just doing the same thing. Okay? So let's talk about the left side. I'm going to say this is the left side, obviously. Okay? What are my dimensions of that left side, Jacob? 30 times 9. Do I have to multiply by 2? No, because I don't think I have any other thing that has dimensions of 30 and 9. So 30 times 9. Good job. That's 270. Good job. All right. Okay, now let's do the right side. So the right side, I think, is probably this. The other side, which you're not really seeing, the side that has a big slant. Connor? 15 and 30, right, because if my bottom's 30 here, it's got to be 30 here. So right side would be 15 times 30. Let's see, that would be 450 inches squared. Okay, good job. Does that help you when I actually mark out what the bottom and the top is and stuff so you can see it? Okay, good. So then we're going to go to the bottom. So I think this is the bottom, what it's sitting on here. So what are my dimensions of that guy? Jacob? 30 and 12. Should be 360, I believe. Okay, so is that everything? I have two triangles in there. I have a front and back, and then I should have 3 other sides. That should be everything, right? Shouldn't have anything else. So now, guess what I gotta do with all these things? I gotta add them all together. What a pain in the butt. Okay, so 108, 270, 270, 450, 360. That's a lot of numbers, you guys. Let's see, 8. Let's see, 12. If you see something I did incorrect, please speak up now. Really? I was looking at... Okay, so then I have, let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then is it inches? It should be squared. I swear. See, sometimes there can be a lot of work, but do you see why it's really important to keep yourself organized? Because, yeah, they do look the same size. Yep, so that's why you gotta look at those dimensions really carefully, probably before you even start. I know it.
I feel like this one we did was
much easier than this one? Maybe because you're getting better at it. I don't know. Maybe. See how there's a lot of work to this, you guys? A lot of things you got to keep in order, otherwise it's not going to work out very well. Let's see, do I have one more? Oh, I was hoping I did because I had one I wanted to show you yet. And I'll just attempt to draw it. You guys care? Alright, so let's do this one. Let's do one like this. Okay, so we're going to do some triangles again. And then, okay. And then, let's see. Let's get, see what it's like? It's like a piece of cheese. See it? Looks like a piece of cheese. Okay, so let's make some dimensions. So we're going to make them easy. We're going to say this is 10 inches. And we're going to say this is 5 inches. We're making them super simple. We're going to say this is, I don't know, let's say this is another 6 inches. I don't know. I got to know one more. 5 inches. Okay, that's pretty good. Do your best drawing. I just think of it as a piece of cheese. The reason why I'm doing one like this, one on your homework like this. Okay? That's why. Alright, so I'm looking at it here, and I'm kind of saying, okay, there's a lot of different dimensions. The only thing I have 2 of is triangles, okay? So let's just start with triangles. Okay, and then let's kind of do how we did last time. Let's just do the front. Oh, the front and the, okay. So should we do the left side, the bottom, and the top? Does that guys make sense to you guys? How would you guys do it? What? Okay, so you're going to keep this the right side? Okay, so we'll do right, and then left, I suppose, and then the bottom. Okay, however you see it, I'm totally fine with. However you see it, I'm totally fine with. Alright, so the triangles would be here. So what's my dimension of those? 5. And I don't got to multiply by 2 or divide by 2, so I'm going to keep that as 30. Then my right side, you said was this. So what are my dimensions of this guy? 5 and 10, nice job. Nice work. And then I'm going to go to the left side. I guess I don't care what we do first. What did you guys rather do first? The left? Sure. So here, what about this one? So this is kind of tricky. You know one dimension, but the other one you have to find. 5 and 5, because if this is 5, this has to be 5. So 5 times 5. I feel like you guys are catching on to this. I feel like you are. And the bottom, 6 and 5. Yeah, I have inches up there. I just didn't label them. So I have 30, and a 30, and a 50, and a 25. inches square. So, how we doing? Not too bad?